go on stage. So he gets up on stage. I get up on stage, and the first song that we sang was a song called "River Runs Slow," and I'll never forget the look on his face because it's a part where I come in.
This is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. Came to our show at Universal Studios, and he goes, I go, and the river runs slow, and a bright star dims, and we can stay together while the earth descends in tiny flames that will bring it in to this dark and fragile world. And time is a winding road, watching you growing old. And he didn't say nothing. I just see his face, and he was like this. But then we did the jungle song, and everybody rose up, and there he was. He was just doing this. Like I said, this ain't Sylvester Stallone now, even though he's the man. This was Sylvester Stallone when he was Rambo and Rocky. And so, physically fit in the whole bit.
Yeah.
I love that man. I mean, but like I said, the way he reacted to Chris Rock's joke about him, his movies being
Chris
fiction.
jabbed him. He jabbed a whole bunch of people.
He did everybody.
He jabbed everybody.
You can see,
Equal opportunity.
You can see some though. You can see some where you can tell that they were bothered a little bit, because they're the ones that's guilty of certain things.
Yeah, he was jabbing pretty hard.
Yeah, but Sylvester was like
he jabbed Will Smith.
Sylvester, yeah, he did everybody.
He got everybody equal.
Because my favorite part was he says, it's not fair that he's not here. I can understand it's not fair you didn't get nominated, but it's also not fair that you got $30 million for Wild Wild West. I was like, it all evens out.
Yeah, and his wife, boycotting something she wasn't invited to. They're trying to tell too many stories, man. It's like, wow. And I was on the phone with my brother Joe today, and he pointed out another one. And it's just like, all right, this won't give it away. So let me just say, but it's like in the beginning of the movie, boom, you got these aliens, a big ship is coming. The thing is just mowing down skyscrapers, just mowing them down. Superman saving stuff, Bruce Wayne is all of that. And then when it goes on, whoever them people were don't even show up no more. It's not even a part of the movie.
Wow.
And all of a sudden they got a feud. And so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, who was some people mowing down the city? And they're not even a part of the story.
Yeah.
Right there you can tell. It's like the story is already unraveling and they don't have a center.
There's a scene on YouTube, and they were speaking of Ben Affleck when he first realized the movie was a flop. And they got the guy, I forgot his name, who played Superman, who played good in Superman, the original
You
Superman.
can't find a better one than him.
Yeah,
the dude looked like he looked better than comic books.
For real. Yeah. I mean, I love the Superman. He played as Superman, him by himself. He did magnificent.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck, there's a scene where Superman, the guy's playing Superman, they ask him a question, how do you feel about the movie? And so he goes on to start speaking, but then they malt his voice so you can't hear what he's saying. And so and all of a sudden they take the camera in real slowly and zoom in on Ben Affleck's expressions. And I'll tell you something, I can't tell no lie. He didn't need to say nothing. They knew they needed to zoom in because he had a different expression before they asked the question. And then Ben Affleck went like this. He went like this. Just like he was saying, I shouldn't have did this movie. It was that, I mean, I can't say that's how he, but the highlights that they put over, the caption over it, if he wasn't thinking it, he sure looked like that's what he was thinking. So I can see why they said that. And
and
he
it's
just,
all storytelling, man. They're not adherent to, like, there's things in storytelling. And all the animation pictures, no, you gotta have a story. Before you start drawing something, you gotta have a story. But sometimes when you shoot these films, they're shooting these films, and they don't have the story. And even like Star Wars, I like Star Wars, but Star Wars, the new people don't understand the hero's journey. And one of the things in the hero's journey is you have to establish the relationship with the father. The relationship between the father and the son is going to be key. And if you're going to try to top Lucas or even redo George Lucas like they did in the new Star Wars, when they're going to remake the first two movies, well, the center of that movie was the reveal, man. They never told you what happened to your father. They told me you kill him. No, I am your father. Right? Whoa, there's a relationship with the father that's like, boom. You see The Revenant?
Yep.
The Revenant was all about the relationship with the father, right?
Yeah.
They said, you killed a white soldier. I killed whoever tried to kill my son.
Yeah.
That's the relationship with the father. Okay, so Star Wars, here you have the next Darth Vader dude. The dude is off the chain, upset, but we don't know why. See? They're leaving us out. They're leaving us in the dark. So he's so upset that he kills his father. And we still don't know why. Now, that's wrong. See what I'm saying? They're just stepping over storytelling. All you got to do is show that he wants to be a Jedi. The father, you know, Han Solo don't want him in his business. He said, my business is dangerous, man. I deal with gangsters. You need to go to school, become a lawyer or something. This dude wants to use the Force, but he keeps setting them down. They got to show that. The kid keeps getting rejected. Then they got it twice. It's the relationship with the father and the uncle. See what I'm saying? Luke Skywalker, he wants to be a Jedi, and Luke says, you're not ready. Right? So he's getting rejected. His father won't show him. Luke won't show him. What else can he do but go to the dark side? They got to show us that. See what I'm saying? They left all of that on the table. And I'm like, dude, I just got to write a letter because it's not too late. All you got to do is a couple flashbacks in the second movie and you can bring it up to speed. But right now, you cannot have him kill his father without establishing a relationship with the father. See what I'm saying? Once you know what it is, it's easy. There's 1,000 ways to do it. You know what I mean? The father says, man, you can't handle this business, man. No, the Force is not for you. You know, Luke Skywalker rejects it. The Force is not for you. He's like, okay. And then the Emperor's cats show up. We'll show you the Force. We'll show you how to become a Sith. You know what I'm saying? You guys reject me, I'll show you. That's what happens when you reject someone who's got talent too. They come and they're going to show you. But they didn't show us that. See what I'm saying? He kills his father, man. You see what I'm saying? But do we know why?
Mm-mm.
We don't. They left it out. See what I'm saying? So these are just little fundamentals of storytelling. You know, the girl all of a sudden is going to beat this dude at the sword. And she ain't done no training. She's going to be as good as Luke was on the third movie. It's like, dude, man, you can't disrespect the whole Force. You can't jump to the absolute, man. You got to tell a story. Don't jump to the end.
You know what, man? You were made to be a film director, producer, bro. Even an actor. You know why? Look how you just flowed with that story. It was not no break. And I'm serious. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be listening to you. And that's storytellers, man. I learned so much from people like you, man.
Well,
I mean, it's just like I could see everything you just told me.
A lot of people who like the movie, when I show it to them, I'm like, they're like,
God.
oh yeah. And they said, you need to write the director. And that's what my brother said today. He said, yeah, these people that are making these movies, they're young. They're just young, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But young is no excuse.
Yeah.
You got to be an old soul, man, when you do this stuff. Young is no excuse. When I say young, I think Clifford Brown. You need to know what you're doing.
You can also go back to your Malachi.
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta be an old
he's
soul.
an old soul.
Right.
That's why he's playing that jazz.
So
the
my
way-
thing, man, is like what I would say to Star Wars people. The first thing I'm gonna say is, look, this is not just a good movie, man. This is a movement, man. When he finished with this movie, he invented all of this stuff we using now. Digital editing. People were cutting film with tape and stuff, you know, with razor blades and stuff. He invented digital editing. So when he finished, the whole game was changed. So we're trying to elevate the whole game, man. You know what I mean? THX. He didn't just make a good movie. So it's not fair for us to come after him, kick him out, which is okay, kick him out. But you need to be copying everything he's thinking, right? You kick him out, but you need to be taking notes on. When he sneezes, you need to be taking notes. You know what I mean? If George Lucas, you ask him how he liked the movie, and if he goes, you need to find out what's wrong with it to him, even though you can beat it. So Star Wars is a layup. Star Wars is a free throw. You're going to get a billion hits, right? You're going to get that, right? But we're trying to slam dunk. See what I mean? We're not going for no layups here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to tell the hero's journey. That's what we're doing. See what I'm saying? So you got to honor this visionary, even though he might have lost some steam. You know what I mean? The first three, maybe he don't have the steam to do it. But man, you're supposed to take that baton and you need to be sprinting, burning some trail. And it's not enough to try to remake his movies and don't understand his movies. It's like trying to play Miles. You don't understand them.
Yeah.
You don't understand the theory. See, you got to know the theory, man. You can't skip over Joseph Campbell and make these movies. You can't do it. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. If they make the next movie and they don't have what I'm talking about, you're gonna see a big flop. I promise you that. See what I'm saying? First of all, they made you wait too long to see Luke Skywalker. He didn't show up to the end. He barely showed up. Dude, if y'all don't have a story, you better not be guessing the second one. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But everything that I'm saying is easy fixes, though.
Exactly.
You just gotta show him. He just keeps getting rejected. Han Solo just keeps rejecting him. Kid, you don't have what it takes to be a Jedi. Okay, I'll send you to Luke to see what he says. And Luke rejects him. See what I'm saying? Oh, man. You know, it's like a martial artist who got talent, man. If you don't hone him right, he's going to be a bully. You know what I mean? If you don't give him no say, he's going to be a bully. So this dude goes to the dark side. He meets Don King and the Sith Lords, and they're like, yo, dude, man, we'll hook you up. We give you some power. Yeah, man, your midi-chlorians is off the chart. I don't know what they're talking about. You could be the top dude, you know?
Well, it's also like having a martial arts flick. You're going to see a martial arts movie, but there's no martial arts.
Now this is what Hollywood always does in music movies. Why I want to do my own movie. I don't care how I do it. Because Hollywood always does music movies and they try to cast someone Hollywood before they cast a musician.
Dig that.
And it doesn't work, man.
Yeah.
You know, James Brown was good, but I would have started with Chris Brown, who I seen do James Brown. I seen him do James Brown step for step.
Yeah.
Or I would start with Chris Brown or Bruno Mars. I'm going to start there.
Yeah.
And probably Chris Brown's going to be James Brown. Bruno Mars is going to be Little Richard.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that you could feel these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when they get on stage, you feeling something.
Yeah.
It's almost like a martial arts movie and you don't start in the dojo. You can't start with Hollywood. You got to start in martial arts places where people understand how to do that stuff. And music is like that, but Hollywood's never quite respected music like that all the way. You know? So Star Wars is just so important, man. I just love to I'm gonna write a letter. I promise I'm gonna write a letter to the director. Because Joe reminded me, he said, man, these guys making these movies are young, man. Even these superhero movies like Batman and them. These guys are young. They weren't back there reading comic books when it was happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? These stories, man, these
Well, I met the man that actually wrote Batman, the original guy. I forgot. Yeah, I hung out with him. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna tell you, we were there at Sonia Dada in Australia, and we were going to play, and Kenny G was opening up for us.
Oh, Kenny, yeah.
And we had to do the Norman Gunston show, and we had to do a show called Hey Hey It's Saturday, and there was another one, and we went to go into Kenny's dressing room to hang out with him for a minute, and we talked in a whole bit, and the man that wrote Batman was sitting right there, and he was a huge Sonia Dada fan of our music, and I got pictures of me with this man. So we're sitting there and we're talking in a whole bit, and he was telling me, you know, how he was always a fan of comics, and when he created Batman, and I'm just sitting up there looking at him, and there was some things. I'm not starstruck type of person, but I thirst for knowledge. But I was so in all of this, man. There were some things he was saying to me that I wasn't getting because I was just sitting there just like, this is the man that wrote Batman. And he was deep. You know, the old original Batman was deep. Even the thing that came on television, that was really amazing the way that, you know, he had Sid Caesar. You know, as the Joker. You know.
Caesar Romero.
Yeah, Caesar Romero. Yeah.
He
Caesar
was killing Joker.
You know, I'm talking about, and the real cat that played Riddler. Riddler was
Frank Gorshin.
Ooh, see,
that laugh.
You know, he was incredible.
That laugh was just out of hand.
And even then, when they got Catwoman, but to me, I thought it was absolutely brilliant when they brought Eartha Kitt in to come in to be Catwoman. And during that era,
they crossed some lines.
Ooh, thank God for people like these pioneers. These are the true pioneers.
And again, the power of the arts and the power of thought. But I like that, you know, the spirit that they come up. And so that's what I like during these times when I see people nail it. Because it's like the last Captain America, the Winter Soldier, they nailed it. Right? And that's the first movie that's really got the sidekick right. Captain America and Bucky is not an easy one to get either.
They actually got the right guy to play Captain America too.
Yes. He's perfect. The guy who plays Thor is perfect. But the writing is horrible. It's like you're wasting all
Yeah,
of it. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
Right?
And see, Thor actually was one of my favorite comic characters. I mean, I really love the cartoon.
Again, if I'm sitting at the table of Thor, I'm going like this. First of all, we need to understand the Lion King. You can't let a cartoon outdo you.
Right.
And the Lion King is outdoing you because they're doing Shakespeare. Thor is Greek mythology, man. So you got to be on a Shakespearean level, man. You got to be. You see what I'm saying? And these cartoons are giving it to you. You know, the Lion King is giving you more Shakespeare in a cartoon. I said, you can't let a cartoon outdo this, man. You got the perfect dude. You just wasting this dude, man. You can't get a more perfect Thor. And so what happens when you nail it? Like Iron Man. The dude playing Iron Man's killing it.
Well,
see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you know, and he's
killing
and
it.
thank God they got Robert Downey Jr. to play him because
He's
I mean he is brilliant.
Right, and it's Iron Man was never that hot in the comic books.
No.
And it's hot in it.
No.
That's it right there.
And you're talking about a man that naturally struggled in life, period.
Yes.
I mean, you know, he went through a lot to get, you know, where he had to do, and I'm not going to really get too deep on his thing because a lot of people already know.
Yeah.
But for him to go through all the stages he had to go through and then end up being Iron Man.
Iron Man and his other one, Sherlock.
Yeah, he played Sherlock. Yeah. You know, he was also great as the great silent.
The silent dude, Buster Keaton, Charlie
Chaplin. Man. He was the man.
Yeah,
in that.
I heard.
You dig what I'm saying? And so that just shows you how, you know, there was a guy though. There's a guy that had been trying to put him down, saying he's not as edgy. Since he got off the drugs, I don't know this guy's name.
Man, this dude is killing, man. Can't nobody say nothing.
Yeah, well, this guy said that he's Hollywood now, and there's some old films when he was struggling, he was on the drugs and constantly going back to court, back and forth, and there was some, you know, I saw some of the footage of the films, and this guy directed some of this film. I saw the footage, and you could see the natural pain in his face that he was going through. But he brought it to the screen, and sure, those films are edgy. They're very edgy. Yeah. But to sit up and say he needs to like basically go back and shoot drugs and all of that so he can make great films.
So what's your point? The man is killing their roles, man.
And he's healthy.
And he's healthy, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But I just love it, like, because there's another guy that's killing it, Wolverine.
Oh
he's
man, you're talking about Hackman.
He's killing that, bro.
What's his first name?
Eugene.
It's Hackman. Is his last
name. Hugh, something. But I know who you're talking about.
Hugh Hackman.
Yeah, he's killing that, bro.
Man, he was killing it from day one.
I mean, they're just like they're taking these characters. You know, you can't think of these guys as comic books, man. These are. You know, it's like mythology. They all represent something. And
I tell you, somebody else that I really appreciate, man, as an actor that blows me away is Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, man. I mean, did you see Wolf? The Wolf of Wall Street?
No, I didn't see that one.
No, I just saw he's got it on his computer in there, man.
He plays all the rough guys, man.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. After I saw the Wolf, though, dude. I mean, and then this new one, the one he just won this award for. Yeah, that's man, you saw that? Look here, man. You got to get that brother. I mean, you know, he's a white brother, but he's a brother. You know what I mean? I want to say, because I don't, just in case anybody that don't know who Leonardo DiCaprio is, I'll be like, what planet you came from? You know, he's
I really like him because if they ever remade Citizen Kane, he actually could do Orson Welles.
Yeah.
He has that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He has that thing where he could tackle Citizen Kane or Orson Welles again. You know.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I know I'm an American.
Yeah.
Orson Welles has always been in my spirit.
Yeah.
So when you say Orson Welles, I'm not trying to throw myself, but I would love to be someone that could do that story. Yeah. On Orson Welles, because you know, I'm gonna tell you, that whole thing. It's like the way he would tell a story.
Yeah, and the thing with Orson Welles is he never knew he was blackballed.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think he knew it though.
Isn't that something?
He didn't know he was blackballed. Why was he blackballed? It was Hoover.
Yeah,
one of the FBI guys thought he was a communist leftist or something like that. And so they just didn't let him get his films done, and he was just depressed, man.
Yeah, man.
You know.
You know, and one of the reasons why I said blows me away why I don't think that it should be stereotyping nobody. I understand he was a white man, but he was to me he was just as black as anybody else because of his soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And anytime when Hoover and them guys come after you, got to be something deep, you know, than what it is for,
yeah,
for
they
them
were
to come in.
blocking all his films.
Yeah,
That's
did.
why he couldn't get nothing made.
But when my brother Michael played Kingpin in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Now, see, Kingpin was supposed to be this big, giant white guy.
Spider-Man.
No, this was Daredevil. And Kingpin was the guy.
Sure it wasn't Spider-Man?
My brother was in it. He played.
Yeah, but Kingpin was Spider-Man.
No. Kingpin was Daredevil.
And it was in the theaters.
Yeah, it's in the
because Daredevil was Ben Affleck.
Yeah, and he had to go against my brother, which was Kingpin. It's a black.
We gotta check that because I think it was Spider-Man.
I'll check it for you right now.
All right, I think it was Spider-Man. I remember him playing Kingpin, but I think it was Spider-Man.
No.
Yeah, he made up good because Kingpin was a big old wide body cat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a good Daredevil series on Netflix now. I just saw a few of them on the road, man.
Yes.
When you watch them, they hook you.
There.
You watch them, man, they hook you in, man.
See my brother right there, Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
That's my brother. He played Kingpin. That's Jennifer Gardner. Right there. Yeah. This was a great movie. And he played Daredevil, man.
Wow, so Kingpin was in
Yeah. It was always Daredevil, even in the comic strips. And so what they did was, because there's a big story about the man who when he wanted to redo it, and they was arguments. They were saying, no, Kingpin needs to be white. And he said, why?
Who said that?
There was other people, and it needs to be white, and Kingpin is not a black guy, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, Michael Clark Duncan is the guy. Nobody's gonna be able to play this role better than him."
Right.
And they just said, "Forget that, Michael, you got the part." And Michael went in and he killed it.
Yeah, I remember.
So hold on for a minute. Let's real quick. Let's see if we can get a short clip scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael.
I thought Kingpin fights Spider-Man too.
No. He's King.
I sure do remember that big old white suit.
No, he didn't have a white suit. This is the suit there. That's his Kingpin.
Yeah, that kind of silvery.
Yep, and see, this is what they were doing. See, that's supposed to be what they thought he was supposed to be. And that's why they kept saying, no, he's supposed to be this guy right there. That la 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 la. And like, nope. So Michael comes in and kills it.
Yeah, it was good.
Look how all of us still some kind of way we're connected with this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I mean, I got a brother that's connected to this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
and it's like, this is, the world is small.
Well, for me, this is cool because when we were kids, right, some of these stories in these comic books were so well written that they were just epics, man. I was just talking to my brother Joe about this one Fantastic Four where it was Torgo. Some kind of way they stole Ben Grimm, man, and sent him off to slavery, man, off of the far side of the universe. He was like a gladiator. He just had to fight, man. He was just gone. And Reed Richards, with his brain, some kind of way found this dude on the other side of the universe, man. And he got Ben Grimm was in Warriors fighting and stuff. Man, when they rescued him, man, Ben Grimm had to weep a little bit. But it was like a double episode. I was like, man, this is the most epic movie. Even when we were kids, it's like if they ever make this into a movie, it's gonna be like. So as kids, we always saw the genre of comic book films coming, man. And so really, once they did Batman right, Wesley Snipes did Blade, which set the tone.
Yeah.
And then what's his name, Michael Keaton. He was really too short to play Batman, but they shot it right.
Yeah,
he killed it.
Killed that.
That's when it was on. You know what I mean? They made the costume was better than the comic books with it. It's not just like spandex.
And they got the right person to do the soundtrack too. They got Prince, bro.
Oh, Prince was in there. With Danny Elfman.
The first one, yeah.
That's a double hit. Danny Elfman and Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just killing on everything. But that's when you know it was there. And so I've always felt like there's a genre of just music films about music stories, But I think that, they got to live up to the, like right now, I'm not sure that they're always living up to it. I see this one on Miles is coming.
Right.
And I
What's
like
his
that.
name?
I like that. What's his name is writing it, directing it, and
Mhm.
starring in it. So it's one person's vision. It's
Right.
not a
Right.
whole bunch. But it's gonna be nice when you see the music films where they actually cast someone that can do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of like Jamie Foxx.
Right.
When he did Ray, he actually could play,
Yeah.
and he could actually sing. You know, because he's got that music side.